I picked up my first guitar in 7th grade, and I think that I started because well, my uncle played, and he was always over playing his guitar and everything, and I had a really good friend in like 6th grade that moved away that I really looked up to, and he moved away and started a band, and I think I wanted to be like him, but if I'm honest, I'd always been like kind of influenced by, like, you know, I grew up around like MTV and all those things, like rock radio. My parents were never musical, so I don't know if it was like a like kind of a way for me to rebel against my parents or something as a preteen, but I don't know. I guess I was always just infatuated with it, and my friend getting into it definitely helped, I think. I forget. Oh, and now it was "Open Your Eyes" by Goldfinger. Was the first song I learned on guitar. I tried playing bass first because that was the only way I could get into a band. But in 7th grade, what are you doing in a band? You're just slapping your instruments around with each other. So, yeah. Back then, Good Charlotte was my like gateway drug, and I saw them with Goldfinger and Eve 6, and then I got into like punk through Goldfinger, and my friend who I mentioned before got me into Saves the Day when I was in 7th grade. So that's really what kicked it off and started it all, I think. I'd learn a song and I'd be like, sick, that's awesome. And then I'd try to learn a more complicated song. And once I learned all the songs that I wanted to learn, I started writing my own music. And then I met people and started writing music with them, and then it just turned into starting a band, going on tour, playing bigger shows, getting in contact with different people, just like working our asses even harder. So I don't know, just one step at a time, I think. Just always yearning to do better, I guess. Like, I'd like to say I was raised well, so I don't know, like, saying nothing's ever good enough sounds bad, but you know, I was always taught to like strive and always do better, and I think that really came across when I started learning guitar. When I was a kid, I was like always trying to be like super different and original, obviously trying to like sort of find myself as all kids do, and I signed a pact with my friend to never write a song about a girl. So I'd write songs as like an 8th and 9th grader. I'd write songs about like global warming and like George Bush. It's fucking embarrassing to say that, but that's what I'd write about. I'd write about things that were way too big for me to even understand. When we wrote that song, Tim, our old drummer, was just he was just talking. He brought the idea of leaving the band because he wanted to. He'd been going to school for teaching, and he's finally getting the opportunity to like get an actual job teaching, like in front of a classroom. And he didn't feel that he could get that opportunity again if he put it off. So he kind of closed the book and was like, in a year I'm gonna have to quit. So basically that song was about like the band was sort of in a dark place in the sense that we thought that it, you know, maybe we wouldn't find another drummer, like maybe we'd have to stop playing music or whatever, and how much that sucked. So it's, I don't know, just kind of a love song about tour and hopefully not having to end it all. That whole time I spent thinking, like, I don't want to do this, like, this is hard, I have to spend time away from my girlfriend, I have to spend time away from my family, I don't want to do that anymore. And then Tim leaving was kind of a wake-up call, because I realized, you know, this could end, and it's like, once something is taken away, you realize how much you liked it. And so that was kind of like looming in the distance. I was like, fuck, like, no, that's really, really, really what I want to do. I don't know, it just kind of happened. Like, one day I was like, oh, I don't want to go on a tour again. But then Tim was like, I'm leaving the band in a year, and I was like, I need to book a tour, just to like convince, like not convince myself, but force myself and force, you know, everyone into finding another drummer and continuing this whole thing. It's not that often that we get into slumps, but when we do, we usually bring it up on stage with us. Like, we'll do something different during the show, or like, you know, wear a funny hat or something. Like even stupid little things like that to just to shake up the monotony of playing the same set every night um, helps a lot. Same with like interacting with the other bands. Like it seems like we all feel it at the same time, and we all kind of rally together. It's kind of unspoken, but you know, we're all there together, like boosting each other up, I guess. That usually happens near the end of tour, like when you have 2 shows in Texas and you have to be in Florida the next day, and you have to, you know, an 18-hour drive ahead of you. Like after not seeing your girlfriend for a while, you start to obviously miss her more than you did the day you left. So, like, day after day, it's just like it gets a little bit harder and a little bit harder, and by the end of the tour, it's just all accumulated and super heavy, as I'm sure you know. So yeah, sometimes you'll feel like giving up, I guess, but it's never strong enough to actually, you know, be a legitimate like thought. Mom always says, she tells me, she's like, if you're ever feeling sad, like, stand in front of a mirror and smile for 20 seconds. I'm like, Mom, that's so stupid. No, Mom. And then, but, you know, you do it and it actually works. Like, faking a smile legit works sometimes. The best 2 words to describe it is fuck it. Like, the reason I'm out here, like, is, like, to be here I had to take weeks and weeks and weeks off work, and I very well could have gotten fired. We all very well could get fired. But, you know, like, those are the things that matter, like being out here and living my 20s is something that matters, and, you know, spending time with friends that, you know, could potentially move away or you know, you could fall out of contact with. Like, those are the important things, obviously. Like, I feel like I'm obviously preaching to the choir because that's such basic human, like, rules.